32%. I'm almost halfway done with the entries, but there's more coming. Hello everyone, Doc on the clock with more Make a Good Mega Man level contest 2. I'm gonna do one more stage with helmetless like Mega Man before we switch to another costume. Not like I have to hurry. This is the only real super batch of costumes. The others are gonna be much more spread out, and I think probably a lot. Although there is one more batch coming, but that's way later. So, 45th, Body Z-Saber, a Mega Man for all seasons. This one is this one is actually interesting because this was the final level submitted to the contest. Well late, earned, got penalized, but the penalty was the maximum possible score. And actually, I think he got pretty darn close to the maximum possible score it could get, so. Alright, so this one is a little bit different. You'll notice pretty quick that it's not going to play quite like your typical Mega Man level. October 15XX. For treason against his grace, King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned 6 months in the Tower of London. Yep, there is a story behind it. And there's goodies down there. So Z-Saber is Flashman 85's significant other. So she's not a Mega Man or much herself, but she has definitely familiarity with it. I don't think anyone has used that little butterfly enemy before. And, okay, that's just background, not breakable blocks. And down we go into the dungeon where Sir Thomas More is imprisoned, which apparently is blocked off by water. I guess that's a good way of keeping him from getting out. How any man should be so much taken with the glaring doubtful luster of a jewel or a stone that can look up to a star or to the sun himself, or how any should value himself because his cloth is made of a finer thread. For how fine soever that thread may be, it was once no better than the fleece of a sheep, and that sheep was a sheep still, for all its wearing it. Actual Sir Thomas More quote? I believe Z-Saber is something of a history buff. So that was part of the inspiration, apparently. And now it is winter. Or not. October is technically fall. Although I suppose that you can have a snowy October. I've gone trick-or-treating in snow before. For treason against his grace, King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned in 9 months in the Tower of London. And we get another different remix of the Bubble Man theme. And another E-Tank. Because, you know, I totally need to be collecting all of the E-Tanks. Oh, the ice is falling! I have to watch out! Oh! I'm also breaking some of it! Yeah, this is just kind of a very chill stage. I say that full recognizing the pun potential of that, which is not really intended. For one man to abound in wealth and pleasure when all about him weep and smart for it, is to be a jailer and not a king. Why does that quote have to be relevant in this day and age? depressingly relevant. Alright, now we have Rain, which is Rain. That Rain actually pushes you back kind of hard. April 15XX. For treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England, Sir Thomas More has been thus far imprisoned 12 months in the Tower of London. I'm thinking that last sign should have been in January rather than October. Because then, because that would be 3 additional months. I think that was just probably a typo. And an M-Tank. Not that I particularly need it. I'm not even using special weapons in this stage, but it's kind of not a stage that begs much use of special weapons, perfectly honest. Alright, and we have Eggman Chuck McGee there. And fish. And waterfalls. And I see I'm gonna need some help. There we go. What words of wisdom do you have for us, Sir Thomas More? If a king should fall under such contempt or envy that he could not keep his subjects in their duty but by oppression and ill usage, and by rendering them poor and miserable, it were certainly better for him to quit his kingdom than to retain it by such methods as make him, while he keeps the name of authority, lose the majesty due to it. Megman was just looking up in reverence there. That's saying that if you're a crappy leader, you shouldn't be a leader. Essentially. Ruling by fear is not ruling, it is tyranny. July 15XX. Sir Thomas More has been tried and found guilty of treason against His Grace King Henry VIII of England. He is hereby sentenced to death! Death sentence. That is certainly not a good thing. Also, when I was playtesting, these sand blocks can keep you from sliding until you jump again. I'm not sure why that happens. All I know is that it happens. Hornet Chaser, I kind of need those. Well, I don't really need them, but I want them. Does using Hornet Chaser mean I'm keeping my subjects in line by oppression? I am kind of just making sure they don't leave until I shoot them out of my gun. It's worth asking the question. Whoa! And other interesting enemies. There's a whole bunch of dev kit enemies here that are used here and like no other stage ever. And the last noble nickel of the stage. But where is Sir Thomas More? Well, they did say he was slated to be executed, so... Oh, I guess he hasn't been quite yet. My time draws near. With what wisdom shall I leave you? Perhaps you might enjoy a touch of gallows humor? My beard hath not offended the king. Pity that thou should be cut, that has committed no treason. Ah, maybe not. You seem a serious fellow. Well, gallows humor is hit and miss. Unlike a guillotine. They don't expect a guillotine to miss. Sir More, I presume? No, I'm Mega Man. You know, Sir Thomas More has a pretty distinctive look. Ask you any last words? Apparently, Komuso Man is the executioner. Also, apparently he has no invincibility frames in this battle. Which is odd. Also, in earlier builds he could kind of disappear, so I want to kind of defeat him quickly anyway. Yay! We saved Sir Thomas More! Wait, we didn't change the course of history? Ah, doggone it. Oh well, let's just read the judge comments. Bear in mind, first level ever made by Z Saber, so congrats to her for actually a very charming level. The sand was kind of a little bit unusual there, I will give you that. Also bear in mind that the judges don't know anything about the entrance. They don't even know who made which level when they're judged. So they're not going to be taking in mind that it's someone's first level. Enjo, however, was very high on it, regardless. Okay, that was fixed. I wasn't sure if it was fixed or not. Some of these things are hard to fix. So yeah, I like this level a lot. It's charming, and it feels like a first level. It also feels like a first level where, you know, there's a lot of heart put into it. So although there was some there's definitely a learning curve with learning how to make a video game level in the first place, I think this was a good starting spot, because it did its trick, and it's not sophisticated, but you can feel that a lot of effort was put into it. Effort kind of shows, I think. Anyway, we have more coming up at Polybius. Now look at this, am I going to go mad? Polybius, huh? This game is weird looking. I don't feel so good. Oh no, we're drunk! So apparently Polybius can cause the same effect as beer. No wonder it was banned. Anyway, let's get rid of that. And that's all for me for now. Until next time, this is Doc. I'll see you later.